Hello and welcome to another edition of Connecting the Dots, the interview series where thought leaders, game changers, and innovators share their thoughts, tips, insights, and learnings. Today, I not only have one guest, I have two. So we have Pav and Will. Welcome, Pav and Will.
Hello.
Hi.
Maybe you introduce yourself a little bit. So you're not from the same company, from two different companies, but related.
So I'm here talking from Ovyo. So we're a professional services company focused on video. So we basically offer project delivery services. We offer offshoring services from our offices in Bangalore and Lisbon. And we're doing a lot of work with people right now, quite currently on cost reduction and how to basically keep projects flowing, keep work flowing, but do so and move the needle on the cost side.
Will Trenchard from Neuco. We are a specialist recruiter, and we work in three different industries. They are communications, cyber security, and the media industry. And I've picked the media industry. Within the media industry, our clients will be tech vendors. So they can be any part of the media industry, from post-production through to play out, media asset management, through to some of the video delivery guys. We also work with a number of service companies, a number of the platforms, but also some of the telco operators and media operators as well. And the sorts of work that we do for our clients is either the senior leadership types of roles or the sorts of specialist positions, so where our clients will need people with strong industry skills related experience with up to sort of 5 to 10 years experience. We're based in the UK, but we work very much on a global basis.
So we have Neuco, Will, Ovyo, Pav. What's the relation between the two?
Yeah, so we're basically serving the same people. So as Will said, from the suppliers in the industry all the way through content owners, broadcasters, video operators. The concept really is that we act together as a one-stop shop for people. So typically you go to your recruiter for your permanent headcount or possibly also contracting, and then you have entirely different relationships with companies for services, projects, managed services, offshoring, outsourcing. And what we're trying to do is simplify that for people, have one relationship that can deliver against all of that.
Okay. So now in the current period, COVID, lockdown, many companies need to make sure they keep the lights on. So how has that been impacting hiring, either for permanent or temporary jobs? What do you see there?
Certainly all parts of the video delivery infrastructure piece, we're seeing quite a lot of activity there. There is huge demand right now. So again, a lot of the operators there and the platforms there still quite busy and still doing quite a lot of work for them. And interestingly, I think because we have the global piece, we're still doing quite a lot of work in the US. And interestingly, in the last couple of weeks, we've just got a couple of new searches in Asia. Yes, there are bits that are down, but there are still bits that maintain, sort of depending on which part of the industry they're in, and slightly maybe depending on geographies as well.
Okay. Same for you, Pav?
We're definitely seeing more of a swing to the offshoring and the mid-shoring. We've been a little bit taken aback by sort of the speed of some of the sort of reach outs from people to say, right, what can we be doing? And people really talking quite concrete tacks at the moment about, okay, how does this work? Let's start modeling this through and let's get on with it. And we're seeing other people who are really sort of grasping the bull by the horns and saying, right, let's kill it. Let's expand, let's push.
So what are you recommending somebody? I mean, the extreme measure of I need to save costs is I furlough people, I send them to unpaid vacation, I lay them off. What do you recommend anyone?
Either offshore or nearshore. So typically nearshore, we would mean within Europe, could be for us Lisbon or Poland. Offshore, typically then meaning further afield, such as India. I'd say for people who are looking into that, probably a few things. Don't pay peanuts. So there is a race to the bottom here.
Talking about peanuts, there's a nice because you mentioned Lisbon. There's a nice Portuguese saying: "If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys."
I wouldn't want to say that. I'm sure you still get capable people, but I think you got to look at obviously the quality and the experience and the fit industry-wise as well. And I think a cultural fit is important. I think most of the time we're talking with people who are not getting into this for 8 to 12 weeks. They're seeing this as a long-term partnership where, you know, we grow together, we win together. So you want to make sure that it's somebody who you can get on with, who, you know, you have a certain rapport with, who you can, you know, trust that what they're telling you, and trust their sort of ability to deliver. We're actually sort of trying to roll a couple of people back from jump in with both feet, having never done it before. I think typically I'd say find the right things. A partner worth their salt will help you find what are the right ways to chunk it up and put a roadmap in place, and not say, yes, I'll take 40 people on day one, because it's actually unlikely that that's going to be a success for the business. You need to have a proper plan to ramp up and make it work and keep the wheels turning properly.
So how do you see the future of work? I mean, that the new work, is that something you think that will stay? Is it something we will go back to the old normal, or will there be some new normal?
I think there's probably a new normal. All recruitment process is being done via video. So that's a new reality. And I think as much for the client as it is for the candidate or the individuals to think about, well, am I comfortable in joining a business where I've never actually met someone? So maybe that's a real change, I think. Now that we're into week 6, 7, 8, I sort of lose track, but it feels like people are becoming more comfortable with that. And recently I was speaking to one of our clients in London, and, you know, I asked, you know, okay, I can understand the interviewing piece, but, you know, what about onboarding and things like that?
Yeah.
And actually they're doing it, and they're making it work. And of course there will always be, you know, operation roles, engineering roles, technical roles that can be done because of the fantastic technology now remotely. But also we're starting to see more and more commercial roles as well. So, you know, we've got some searches right now for, you know, for quite senior sales and commercial and marketing people. So maybe that's the new norm, and companies adjust, and people and individuals that we all are getting used to it.
So big change to come. COVID will be here for a while, but the change that we'll see now might be longer than that. I think if you want to save costs, be wise. Don't jump into with both feet. Don't lay off completely. There's a solution out there. So when all this is over, what are you going to do? Stay home for a weekend? Or maybe not. What's the first thing you do? You go down to the pub?
Is it rude to say that one of the things I'm quite looking forward to is dropping the kid off at preschool and getting a little bit more sanity in the house? Maybe a bit mean to say that on camera.
Yeah, but I had a talk with somebody from Verizon, said that their CEO got on video to tell everyone, saying, you know what? Kids running through your video when you work from home, spaghetti pots moving behind you, it's absolutely okay. I think that's a great approach. I mean, I've never seen that many kids of business partners like in these last few weeks. And it's great because it's personal. It was fantastic to have you here. I hope we'll see each other live soon. And until then, thank you very much for being here. Will, Pav, great to have you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Andy.